Benjamin Franklin was congratulated upon signing the Declaration of Independence. In his reply, he stated, "Now you have your republic. Now can you keep it?" I have researched functional magnetic resonance imaging, FMRI technology, for over 14 years. The ability to read a person's thoughts remotely. I have released 2 books now, proving and supporting my claims. America's New Slavery, FMRI Technology. America's New Slavery, Behind the Scenes and Updates by Jose Collazo. I have gotten much of my proof through the Freedom of Information Act. I have 5 present cases in the United States District Court in the Eastern District of New York in Central Islip. I have cases against the NRO, NSA, CIA, and DARPA. I have been getting much more favorable results in the courts. On January 11, 2010, I had a conference call with the United States District Court Judge Joseph Bianco and 2 U.S. attorneys. In this conference call, the judge has ordered the 5 cases and agencies to present affidavits stating where searches have been made. Several of these agencies have refused to make searches at all, and several have released documentation. In Roman versus the National Reconnaissance Office, case number 092504, the NRO, who designs, builds, and operates reconnaissance satellites for the Defense Department, has stated that they have no records on FMRI technology. They have misplaced my paperwork. This fact is proven to be a lie. I have learned throughout my research to question their answers. So I asked for the processing forms and or emails on my request. I requested emails communications within the agency and their employees about my requests. It took 1 year for the emails to be released. In these emails, one employee emailing another employee, it states that the NRO is credited for MRI development. They communicate with each other. Information was found. Is this true? Someone says they came up with anything? Just possible involvement. The NRO sponsored R&D in the early 90s in superconductivity. The link may be that researchers' relationships to the superconducting magnets in the MRI. Someone states we are under the gun to produce a response for the General Counsel in the FORA appeal. This search should be simple, and simple was magnified. We need your response today. Mr. Moffat has directed me to contact the Director of Security in those offices that have not responded, or he will call the Directorate head. I really do not want that to happen, so please help us out. No simple search should be made. In Roman versus the CIA, case number 093344, I request processing forms to the CIA that show the times that searches were made. The CIA refuses or states they do not have such forms. So how do I know the searches were ever made? Furthermore, they released several documents, one to be faded, that originates in their possession. I requested this document to be enhanced so I could clearly read what is going on with my requests. they refuse to enhance this form. I believe that my First Amendment and 14th Amendment rights have been violated with all my cases. My right for free speech, free press, due process of the law, my right under the Freedom of Information Act, that any citizen can request documentation at any time on records held in a federal agency. These documents belong to the people. I have written and made Freedom of Information Act requests to DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. I made 2 requests to the agency which no one responded to. Ergo, I had to start a Freedom of Information Act case in the district court. In Roman versus DARPA, case number 095633, after the commencement of the case, DARPA and the Department of Defense agreed to make searches on FMRI Technology. 183 documents were released, and in these documents, very interesting responses. I prove and support that FMRI technology is integrated in our satellite systems. I prove and support HARP theorists and activists' concerns on implanting thoughts into the brain, because there is an accelerated learning program that stimulates the brain to help the brain learn at a faster rate. In these documents, it shows many positive aspects that the technology, FMRI technology, is going to be used. My problem is not with that. I'm very proud of my country and its accomplishments with FMRI technology. But it is the people that cannot be trusted, that who will misuse this technology, that could read a person's thoughts and manipulate people the wrong way. This is why we must check and make certain FMRI technology is being used properly. In Roman versus the NSA, case number 092947, I request information on functional magnetic resonance imaging. Repeatedly, the NSA refuses to process my request, violating my right under the Freedom of Information Act, my constitutional right of free press, free speech, due process of the law, raising an Article 3 issue, injury in fact. This fact was presented to the courts and compiled with all the other cases. I have a strong case on why records should be released. I have just received new documentation that puts FMRI technology in NSA possession. In Roman versus the NSA CIA NRO case number 094281, again, the NSA refuses to process my request. The NRO states no records have been found, and the CIA refuses to process my request, all violating my rights in one way or the other. I request from the NSA information on the technology that allows you to send thoughts or implant thoughts into a person. I request the same from the NRO. The NSA refuses to respond. The NRO says they have no records to this case. All I know is that we must check and see exactly how FMRI technology is being integrated into our society. And no matter where it leads us, to a president, vice president, defense contractors, whomever has the files on how this technology is being used, the people must know and see. So, this is what I say. What Benjamin Franklin responded, "You have your republic, now can you keep it?"